I don't heard me say we all got a backstory, and we do. We all come from something. We all come from something in the form of people, places, and things. So we all gonna have a backstory, regardless of how we appear in our present. In consideration that we all got a backstory, my question is, who wrote it? Who wrote it? And it is still being written based off the previous notions, previous behaviors, previous people, a previous past, or who writing it based off the present? Meaning, are we in our present based off the past, or are we in our present because we present in it? If we caught up in feelings, and all of us have been caught up in feelings at some point or another. But my point is, if we caught up in feelings, especially on the negative side, or things that we haven't connected the dots or worked out the kinks, we will usually never tell people the truth when we're supposed to. Usually we'll tell people the truth, or at least as we see the truth that we're expressing at the point in time in the blow up. Why is that? There's no direction in where I'm going today. The different downloads and the things that I was led to write down, and the different times that I did, because I woke up at like 12 and stayed up to like 3. I tapped out probably before like 10, 12, 3. Are we seeing something? But when I woke up for that 3-hour period from 12 to 3, I was being inspired by many things. I wrote music. I was going from one path to another, depending on the things that was coming through me. So I said that to just say, this ain't gonna have no direction, but it's gonna provoke thoughts in all the directions that I address. Stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. Stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. Stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. I hope everybody, everyone, everywhere, feeling good for no reason at all. Because regardless of what's going on, we ain't got no reason not to. When it comes to family, family to me is it's a double-edged sword when it comes to the term and the word family, and as it applies to me. I'm in a much greater, much better, much beautiful, and much loving space in dealing with the term family, because it's a very technical subject to me. But when it comes to family, family to me is both a beautiful and an ugly topic at the same time. Very controversial for me. At the same time, it's also how I found balance in the work that I would need to do within me to integrate that dynamic as it applies to me. And I have now. I said that to say, family, we can't be out here treating our friends like associates and treating associates like our friends. And that's another controversial topic for me in turn, the word friend. So I want to say it again. We can't be out here treating our friends like our associates and treating our associates like our friends. I think somebody caught it. Because the friends gonna be friends when the associates gonna show you that they was just an associate. Now when you apply friends and associates with family, that's a connection there too. Because even in family, we're gonna have some family members that fit the concept of friend. Then you're gonna have some family members that fit the concept of associate. Shit. Are y'all with me? Friends and associates are not the same thing. Friends gonna be there in the pain. Whether it benefit you or them. The associates just gonna be there when it benefit them. So we can't be treating our friends like associates. I even know family members that treat family members like they just people on the street and treat the people out there in the street like they family. But then a smile in our face like we don't know it, like we don't recognize it, like we don't see it. I'm gonna speak to some things today. I hope everybody enjoyed the full moon. The full moon was intense for me. My energy been different, in case y'all can't tell. And that's a good thing. It's a good thing. Question for the family. If anybody uptight with you about anything, would they be uptight if you wasn't right? Because usually people like seeing us go through it. And it's a sick mentality, but I learned to accept it for what it is. People love to see people struggling. People love to see people being dragged through the mud. Why is that? Why do we not have a natural tendency to want to see people do better, to want to see people thrive and not just survive? Why would we wish that people don't do well? Rest and recharging is important around this time. As intense as the energies is, they can be very draining. So to stay on point and to take off where we left off, we're gonna have to rest and recharge when needed, as needed. What if the world, first of all, do any of us know any wise people or a wise person? If it's only just one, I do. So with that being said, I have a question. What if the world was as wise as the wisest person that you personally know? What if the world was as wise as the wisest person that you personally know? I pose that question to activate our imagination. Because if the world was as wise as the wisest person that I know personally, this whole world would be different. I saw many people lose themselves being like everything else. It was my same challenge, but I stuck to the script. I trusted God. I kept on my journey as I knew it. I acquired self-knowledge and inner awareness. I applied discipline and consistency in my journey. And I saw many people lose themselves being like everything else. There's nothing wrong with that if it worked for you. It just don't work for me. Self-knowledge and inner awareness applied with discipline and consistency do wonders for you. If you want to, it did wonders for me. How about that? If you want to doubt the powers that it can do for you, that's on you. But don't tell no one, so I wouldn't tell you that it was possible. I point that out because what we do frequently, and frequently is another word for consistency. What we do frequently becomes our frequency. What we think frequently becomes our frequency. It's that simple. That's how I did it. That's how I do it. And that's how I presently live it. How are you activating spiritually? What experiences have we had? What experiences have y'all had out there? I would love to hear them. You know, I would love to hear how we experience in lucid living. For those of us who have got beyond the illusion and constantly breaking up out and through this matrix, we should be in a place of lucid living. Living from our higher self. That's what I mean by lucid living. Living from our higher self. If there were 3 things that you need to do more of, what would they be? If there were 3 things that you need to do more of, what would they be? And on the contrary side of that, if there were 3 things that you need to cut out, what would they be? If there was 3 things that you would never do again, what would they be? How do you feel about being lied to? And on the contrary side of that, are you still practicing lying? Because everybody wants the truth, but is everybody giving it? The truth that they expect? Are you able to feel a loving balance? A loving, balanced connection with everything? Do you bring truth, hope, and justice to the people that you care about, to the people that you affiliate yourself with? Do you possess the determination and dedication to consciously demonstrate love? These are some things that I think about. Is your ability to move on determined on who you used to be or who you are right now. Because I believe our ability to move on determine how we growing up through how we show up. Sometimes people gonna love us for what they can get out of us. And I experience more of that than anything else. But sometimes people gonna love us for what they can get out of us. But it taught me how to love, because that's what I am. Love is love. Don't forget to acknowledge the ancestors. If you haven't, hug yourself today. Thank your organs for functioning properly. Today is a gift, if you're present in it. Self-care, self-acceptance, promote self-healing. And remember, all we can do is our best. Stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. Thanks for the like, share, subscribes, comments, donations, purchases. Thanks for being you and allowing me to be me, because I don't know how to be nothing else. Feel good for no reason at all. Peace, family. Salud to God. Love.